Welcome back to Bright Lab Tutorials. Today, we will learn more examples on the laws of exponents. On my previous video, we already discussed the different laws of exponents. If you haven't watched it yet, you may go back to it and return here. Today, I'm giving more challenging example. So, let's jump in. If we have the quantity 3x to the fifth, raised to negative 3, z, multiplied by the quantity 7x y to the negative 7, divided by 2x to the fourth y to the fourth z to the negative 2, this whole quantity raised to 2, and multiplied by 6x to the negative 5 y. Okay, first let's work on with this one, the power rule. Okay, so it will be 3x to the fifth y negative 3 z times 7x y to the negative 7 all over 2 raised to 2. Remember, this is a power rule, so x to the fourth and then raised to 2. So we have to multiply 4 and 2. So it will be 8. Same with y. So y to the 8th power and z to the negative 4. Multiply by 6x to the negative 5 y. Okay, first let's work on with the numerator. Let's multiply 3 and 7 first. Let's work on the numerical coefficient. So this will be 21. And then for x, it will be 5 plus 1 gives us 6. For y, it will be negative 3 plus negative 7 will give us negative 10. And then z. All over. Okay, 2 to the second power is 4. 4 multiplied by 6 is 24. And then we'll work on with the variables. So x, 8 plus negative 5 gives us 3. And then y, 8 and then plus 1 gives us 9. And then z raised to the negative 4. Just as I told you, every time you work on with a negative exponent, if it's in the numerator, you bring it down. While if it's in the denominator, you have to bring it up. So in this case, we have 21 x to the sixth z times z to the fourth over 24 x cube y 9 times y to the 10th power. So put them all together, all the variables, all the one with the same variable. So it will be 21 x to the sixth z to the fifth power over 24 x cubed y to the 19th. Okay, we have x here in the numerator and also x in the denominator. So we have to subtract the exponent. So this will simply give us, 21 divided by 24. If we reduce this, we'll have 7 over 8 x. 6 minus 3 will just give us 3 c to the fifth power and then y below y to the 19th. This is our final answer. Okay, for our next example, we have quantity 3 x squared y to the negative 3 multiplied by 5 xy. This divided by the quantity 3x to the negative 3y. Okay, this one is raised to 3 and then multiplied by 4x to the negative 2, y to the negative 2. Let's work on with the numerical coefficient first. Let's work on with the numerator. So you'll notice that the 2 are not raised to any power. So we'll just have to multiply the numerical coefficient. So this will lead us to 15. And then for x, let's all combine the exponent. So this is multiplication. We have to add the exponents. So 2 plus 1 gives us 3. And then for y, okay, y negative 3 plus 1 gives us y to the negative 2. All right. Let's work on with the denominator. Let's work on with this one. Okay, this quantity is raised to the third power. So everything has to be raised to the third power. So it will be 3 to the third power. X, okay, negative 3 times 3 will give us x to the negative 9. And then y, okay, this has an exponent of 1 times 3 will give us y to the third power. Okay, and then multiply by 4, x negative 2, y negative 2. Okay, so let's work on with this. So with the denominator, okay, but before that, we have to copy the numerator. So it will be 15 x to the third power, y to the negative 2, all over 3. 3 raised to 3 is 27, times 4 is 108. Okay, now let's work on with the variables. So x to the negative 9 plus x to the negative 2 will give us negative 11. And then for y, 3 plus negative 2 is just simply 1. Okay, so we'll work on with the numerical coefficient first. So 15 over 108, we'll just have to reduce that. So we divide each one by 3. We'll have 5 over 36. Okay. Again, as I told you, when you have negative exponent in the numerator, have to bring it down. If it's in the denominator, you bring it up. So in this case, it's x to the third times x to the 11 over y times y squared. Okay, so we'll have our answer here to be 5x to the, okay, we have to add exponents of the same base. 3 plus 11 will give us 14 over 36 y. 1 plus 2 gives us 3. So here's our final answer. This one, 2 times a raised to 2n plus 1 multiplied by b raised to 5n minus 2. This one divided by 8 times the quantity ab squared raised to n. Okay, so first let's work on with the one with the power rule. Okay, the one here in the denominator. So this one will give us 2. Again, we'll just have to copy the numerator. So 2a, 2n plus raised to 2n plus 1 times b raised to 5n minus 2 all over 8. Okay, again, we have to distribute n to each variable there. So we have a raised to n times b raised to 2n. Okay, let's work on with the numerical coefficient first. So this one will give us, well, let's reduce this, 1 over 4. Okay, for a, okay, just copy the base and then add, for this one, we have to subtract the exponent. So it will be 2n plus 1 minus n for a. And then for b, it's 5n minus 2 minus 2n. All right. So copy the numerical coefficient and then combine like terms. So for a, it's 2n minus n will just simply give us n, then plus 1. For b, we have 5n minus 2n. Combine like terms. This one, 5n minus 2n will give us 3n minus 2. So here is our final answer. Okay, for our last example, quantity negative a squared b cubed raised to 2n plus 1 all over a raised to 3n times b raised to 4n plus 1. Okay, this one is power rule. So first, let's work on with the numerator. Okay, so we have to distribute 2n plus 1 to each of the variable there. So this one will give us negative a raised to 2 multiplied by 2n plus 1. And then b raised to 3 multiplied by 2n plus 1. All over a raised to 3n times b raised to 4n plus 1. Okay, let's first distribute 2 to each of the terms there. Okay, so this one will give us negative a raised to 4n plus 2 times b raised to, okay, we have to distribute it also, so 6n plus 3 all over a raised to 3n times b raised to 4n plus 1. All right, so this one we have the same base of a. All right, so we have to subtract the exponent for a. So this one will give us negative a raised to 4n plus 2 minus 3n, and then b raised to 6n plus 3 minus the quantity 4n plus 1. All right, so to simplify that, we'll have negative a raised to, again, we have to combine like terms. So 4n minus 3n is simply n, then plus 2. And then for b, we have to distribute the negative for each one of them. So 6n minus 4n will give us 2n. And then positive 3 minus 1 will give us 2. So there we have it. A raised to n plus 2 times b raised to 2n plus 2. I hope this helped you today. Just click on the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. See you for more videos.